Hello, I'm Carrie, and it looks like we've got a few Degrassi rumors to debunk today. It's been quite a while since we've seen some questionable stuff pop up, so let's get right into it. The first thing, Soma Chaya, better known as Goldie on Degrassi Next Class, has been promoting a meet and greet at her gym in Mississauga. If you look at the promotional graphic, it says, "Meet the cast of Degrassi," and you see her and Dante, but you also see these two other faces, which it seems a lot of Degrassi fans aren't really familiar with. Julia Tomasone and Erin Young. If you're wondering whether or not these two Canadian actresses are new characters on Degrassi, no, they are not. First of all, there's no confirmation that Degrassi has even cast anyone new. And let me remind you that Degrassi is not filming right now. They're not doing anything production-wise. Secondly, if they were new characters on Degrassi, there is absolutely no way they'd be allowed to out themselves like this. So I've watched Julia on the Canadian drama Backstage, and I love her on that show. And honestly, I would kill to see her on Degrassi, but as of right now, she is officially not a cast member on Next Class. In other news, somebody has gone out of their way to create some fake episode descriptions for Degrassi Next Class Season 5 over on IMDb. And just reading through the descriptions of these stories, it's pretty clear that a fan wrote these. There's no real rhyme or reason to anything that's happening, and these plots were created under the assumption that Degrassi's simply going to pick up where it left off and just sprinkle a couple of new characters in there. And we don't know that. At this point, it's been so long that we don't know where the direction of this series is headed. Degrassi's showrunner is gone, and it's been almost 2 years since Degrassi filmed anything. Meanwhile, the actors are slowly but surely aging out of the show. I believe both Parham and Chelsea just turned 20 years old. So much of their prime time has been wasted because Netflix is out here messing around, keeping the show in limbo. Degrassi is not in production right now, and there is no sign of anything happening anytime soon. So any descriptions floating around right now are 100% fake. And finally, I got a comment talking about a picture that Lauren Collins posted of herself on the set of Degrassi several weeks ago. She's referring to this picture right here. Yes, Lauren was on the set of Degrassi, but she wasn't there to film anything Degrassi related. I'm not sure if y'all know this, but since DHX purchased Epitome Pictures, DHX now uses the Degrassi set to film other projects pretty regularly. When I went to visit the set in March of this year, it was completely different than what you see on TV. A lot of the familiar Degrassi set pieces were not there, and some of the classrooms and even the Hollingsworth interior was painted a completely different color because they were filming a different high school related show at the time. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you. I mean, I was actually going to do a separate video talking about sort of the status of where Degrassi is now, but I think I can just tack that on here. So we're in the middle of May. Well, actually, May is almost over. It's May 20th as of me recording this. And this is usually around the time when we see that Degrassi has started filming for a new season. So unfortunately, this is the second year in which nothing is being filmed at this time in Degrassi Land. And for me, it's become pretty concerning, honestly. Not from a, oh no, Degrassi is canceled standpoint. It's just from a, we're not getting anything in regards to any news about the show. As far as we know, Netflix is holding this show in limbo hell. Pretty much everybody who's worked for Degrassi has all but disappeared. The cast members are still around, but they're just living their regular lives. And the idea of us receiving Degrassi somewhat soon is slipping away with each passing day. The ideal scenario would have been that Degrassi would start filming now, and then maybe we would get episodes, again, starting in 2019, but that doesn't seem very likely now, unless they somehow magically start filming later on this summer. And when I'm thinking about these things, I'm looking well into the future. Like, oh my God, it could very easily be that we go 2 years or longer without any new Degrassi. There's nothing happening to keep fans engaged or at least semi-informed as to what's happening. Degrassi's social media has been shut down temporarily. But then I kind of sort of look at the flip side and think, well, maybe it's a good thing, I guess, if there's this extended hiatus. Because ultimately, I believe that Degrassi is in need of a very hard reset at some point. It's analyzing everything that they do. And, still continuing to tell the teen experience, but also punching people in the face, letting them know that Degrassi is here, still doing stuff. There's been no hype around Degrassi Next Class outside of that initial period leading up to season 1, when Degrassi had been canceled from Teen Nick and MTV in Canada, and then all of a sudden Netflix picked it up. I see people comparing Degrassi to 13 Reasons Why and saying Degrassi's doing this and that so much better. It doesn't matter whether or not Degrassi is actually better than 13 Reasons Why. It doesn't matter how good Degrassi Next Class might be if nobody cares about the show, nobody's talking about the show, or if no one even knows that the show is out here. But there is a lot of stuff to figure out, and hopefully they will figure it out soon. Thanks for checking out this video. Leave your thoughts in the comments section below, and of course, don't forget to subscribe to Degrassi Corner for the latest Degrassi news and more.